MAINTelligence is really good for seeing what's currently an alarm, but it's important that we're able to step back and take a bigger view to see what equipment or point types are regularly triggering alarms. This is one of the important questions we need to answer in order to improve plant reliability. In essence, we want to see how many alarms, normal, caution, or critical, are triggered and filter that information by date range, reading type, equipment, point, etc. So here, like I said, is an equipment and caution, and here's one in critical. We know it's this point that's triggering this critical alarm, but we don't know how often it is. So there's no predefined report in MAINTelligence that does this, extracts this type of intelligence. So we need to get our fingers a little bit dirty and use a query to extract information to Excel where we can better analyze it. So here's a query, and I'm just going to select it all, copy, and in MAINTelligence go to new query, and when that opens, it opens in design view, and we're going to change that to SQL view and paste in our query. So let's look at this query. It's just saying select the equipment, component, point, reading type, and date. And then it's doing a counters, and it's saying if the reading type alarm status is normal, we're going to count that as 1, otherwise 0. If it's caution, then it's 1, otherwise 0. And then this is just the necessary tables to join to get that information from the select clause. Here's our filter. We're going to be able to input the start and end date, what the reading type contains, what the ID equipment contains, etc. And then we're going to unite that query with another one, and the reason we do that is because some points are directly under equipment. So this just puts in a dummy value for components, and otherwise than that it's exactly the same, but the component table is not in the from clause. So to run a query in MAINTelligence, we just hit the run button, and it's going to ask us for parameters. I'm going to bring that start date back a little bit, and otherwise I'm going to leave these empty. If I wanted to do a reading type that contained the letter A, I could do that. The percentage signs are just wildcards. When I close this, it's going to run, and there you can see all the data. So you can see that equipment 721 went this point under equipment 721 with this reading type had a normal reading on this date. So I'm going to select all this data. To do that, I select the top left cell, hold down Control, Shift, and End on my keyboard, and that takes me right down to the bottom record, which is record 333. Control C to copy that, and then I'm going to open up Excel, and I've already rewritten the column headers, so you don't have to watch me do that. And then I just paste it in there in cell A2. Now before I analyze this, I'm just going to get rid of these zeros because they don't really tell me much. So I'm going to select these 3 columns, Control F to find and replace, and I'm going to replace zeros with nothings. Next I'm going to select all my data, and I'm going to go to Insert, Pivot Chart. Now you might need to add in a data analysis tool to do this. It says select the range, and it's smart enough to figure out what it is. I'm going to put it in a new worksheet. And then I'm going to select fields to add to this report. So to begin with, I'm just going to look at equipment, and the values, so that's my axis category, and then the values I'm going to look at are normal. So you can see already that I'm getting some good data. I've got about 40 to 50 normal readings for these 5 equipment here. And let's look at normal in comparison to caution. Okay, so already, I mean, this is just a test database, so it doesn't really mean much. But this equipment here is the big problem one. It looks like we've had about 5, 6, 7 readings, and 6 of them are in caution. Only 1 is in normal. Oh, and then it's even worse with critical. Oh, critical's red now. So this provides a really easy graphical analysis tool to see, okay, what equipment are triggering alarms. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you get some use out of that. And if you want that query, just shoot us an email at support@desmate.com.